How did communism drive the domino theory? Imagine a line of dominoes standing upright, ready to fall one after another. During the Cold War, many believed that if one country turned communist, nearby nations would follow. This idea is at the heart of the domino theory. It was a way to explain how communism might spread across regions like Southeast Asia, Eastern Europe, and beyond. The theory grew from fears that communism was not just an ideology but a movement that could take over entire areas if left unchecked. Communism aims to create a society where resources are shared equally and classes are eliminated. But during the Cold War, Western countries saw it as a threat to their political and economic systems. They feared that if one country became communist, it would influence neighboring countries to do the same. This fear was fueled by the Soviet Union's expansion into Eastern Europe and the rise of communist movements in Asia. The Soviet Union was actively supporting communist parties and governments, which made Western nations worry about losing control. The Cold War was a rivalry between the United States and the Soviet Union. Both superpowers wanted to expand their influence worldwide. The Soviets supported communist governments in countries like Cuba, Vietnam, and North Korea. The United States responded by trying to stop this spread through military aid, alliances, and interventions. The idea was that if South Vietnam fell to communism, then other nearby countries like Laos, Cambodia, and Thailand would follow. This chain reaction was what the domino theory predicted. The United States used this theory to justify many military actions. They believed that stopping communism in one place could prevent a larger global takeover. For example, in Korea and Vietnam, the U.S. saw these conflicts as part of a bigger fight to prevent dominoes from falling. They thought that if they didn't act, communism would spread rapidly, threatening democracy and capitalism everywhere. From the communist perspective, the domino theory was seen as a way for Western powers to contain socialist ideas. Communists believed they were fighting for liberation and equality for workers. They argued that their movement was about freeing people from oppression, not spreading control. But Western countries viewed communist expansion as a threat to their way of life, which led to a lot of tension and military involvement. The domino theory had a big impact on Cold War policies. It led to many military interventions and support for anti-communist governments. But history shows that the spread of communism was not always as automatic as the theory suggested. Some countries resisted or chose different paths. Still, the idea of dominoes falling shaped how nations responded to the perceived threat of communism during that era.